Hello, I'm Gary Schneider, and welcome to Santa Fe Senior Fit. If you have lower back pain or soreness, I'm going to show you my favorite 10 best stretches to perform to help relieve that tension or soreness. Lower back pain is frequently caused by imbalances or dysfunction in deep stabilizing muscles like the multifidus. I know you can't really see the muscles in this, but it'll kind of give you a general idea of what I'm talking about. Your multifidus runs right along here on the back of your spine. It runs vertically in your lower back. And you can also get pain in your quadratus lumborum, which is a deeper muscle that runs vertically next to the aforementioned multifidus as well. Pain can also be caused by larger muscles such as the hip flexors, mainly the iliacus, which runs in front of the hip vertically, right around here, to your femur, and your psoas major, which runs in the front of the hip as well, but more from the spine to the hip, to the femur. So you can also get pain from muscles in your glutes, hamstrings, and your abdominal muscles. Weaknesses or tightness in these muscles can lead to poor posture, spinal instability, and increased pressure on the lumbar spine, resulting in muscle spasms, stiffness, and pain. To help relieve these symptoms, we need to stretch the lower back, glutes, and hamstrings. So let's get that lower back feeling better. Okay, the first exercise we're going to perform standing. This exercise, which I call the up-down stretch, really helps with tension in your lower back. I actually used this exercise a few years ago when I was playing golf. In about the third hole, I'd done something to my lower back to where I couldn't even really grip a club. So I started performing this stretch for the next few holes. And by about the fifth, sixth hole, I was back playing golf and swinging. So here's what you do. It's a little bit more of a mental thing you have to think of, but we're going to start, and I'm going to back up so you can kind of see. But you want to start by trying to push your feet into the ground. I'm trying to push like I'm pushing down, but at the same time, I'm trying to raise my arms and stretch them up as high as I can. I'm trying to like push a ceiling tile up. So what that does is that separates some of that tension in those lower back muscles. So what you're doing is basically trying to push down, and then at the same time, I'm trying to stretch up as high as I can and push up and push down at the same time. And you want to hold this for about 20 seconds and perform about 2 or 3 of those. So the next few exercises will be performed laying down on a mat. You don't have to necessarily use a mat, but I think it really helps when you're laying back, working back exercises, it helps. So the first one we're going to do is the knee to chest stretch. So here you want to lay back on your back, feet extended, take one leg. I'm going to start with my right leg, bring it up, put my hands over my knee, and then just really get a good stretch. And then keep this leg straight as you do this, and try to stretch as much as you can. And you'll feel that in your lower back. And you want to hold this for about 20 seconds. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is the lower back rotational stretch. This really works your lumbar. And here you want to lay back, keep your shoulders flat on the ground. You're going to raise both legs up, have your knees bent, be relaxed, and then you're going to just let your legs or your knees fall over to one side. And you're going to feel this hip come up off the ground, but keep your shoulders flat on the ground. And really try to stretch that as much as you can. It really is a good stretch. And this exercise you want to perform for about 20 seconds as well, and then do the other side. And each one of these exercises you want to do about 2 or 3 times per day, as long as you've got that stiffness or lower back pain. So the last stretch we're going to do is the piriformis stretch, which this one really works the muscles deep in your glutes, and this also stretches the hamstrings, which are connected to that lower back. So here what you want to do is you're going to lay back, and I'm going to take my left leg and raise it over my right knee, and then I'm going to take my hands, place them under my right knee, and just pull it up and stretch. And you're going to really feel that right here. It's a good stretch Try to stretch it as much as you can. And again, hold this one for about 20 seconds. And then you'll do the other side. Moving on to the hamstrings, which I've mentioned before, your hamstrings are connected to your lower back with different muscles. And by stretching the hamstrings, we're helping to relieve that tension in that lower back. So we're going to start with the hamstring stretch. So here, you want to have your legs out in front. This could be similar to that knee to chest stretch. I'm going to bring one leg up, but this time I'm putting my hands underneath my leg, starting with my left leg, and then you're going to raise it straight up and get a good stretch. Try to pull that leg toward you, but keep that foot pointed straight up, flat with the sky. Keep this leg straight, and then just get a real good stretch on that hamstring. And you want to hold that for about 20 seconds, and then do the other leg as well. So this next movement may take a little getting used to. It's called the posterior pelvic tilt, which is not so much a stretch, it's really more of a movement, but it really works the glutes, the hip flexors, and the lower back muscles. So here, have your knees bent, and put your hands on your hips, and I'm going to rock forward. As I do, my lower back is off the ground. Then I'm going to rock back, and now my lower back's on the ground. Then rock forward, lower back's off the ground, rock back. Maybe a little hard to see exactly what I'm doing, but I'm doing kind of just holding each one for 3 seconds, rock back, then rock forward, and as I go forward, that lower back is arched and off the ground, then rock back, and then rock forward. And you want to hold each of those positions about 3 seconds. And I would do this stretch for 1 minute. Okay, next, we're going to move on to the floor bridge, which many, I think, of you have probably performed. It's a great exercise to work the glutes and hamstrings. So here, you lay back down, your knees are bent, hands are to your side. You want to make sure you're in line with your hips over your knees, which are over your feet. And I'm going to raise up and squeeze those glutes. Hold that for about 3 seconds. Then back down, back up, squeeze those glutes, back down, then back up. You're going to also feel this in your thighs. You'll get a little secondary stretch in your thighs. So perform this, as I mentioned, 3 seconds on the top, then back down. And I would do this movement for 1 minute. Okay, the last exercise we're going to do on the mat is the child pose. So here, I'm going to get on my hands and knees, and I'm going to make sure, again, everything's in line. And I'm going to lean down and then stretch my arms out, and then almost try to sit back on my heels of my feet. My head's down a little bit, and I'm just trying to really stretch that lower back. You'll also feel a little stretch in your shoulders. And then hold this for about 20 seconds. And as I mentioned earlier, you want to perform each of these stretch exercises about 2 or 3 times a day. These next 2 exercises I'm going to do from a chair. You can also perform this using a bench if you're in the gym. So the first exercise is called the spine roll. It's a really good stretch of the lower back, and I'll do it sideways so you see what I'm doing. But the movement involves raising your hands up, stretching them up tall. Make sure you're in alignment, your knees with your hips and over your feet. And then you're going to tuck your belly button in, hinge from your hips, roll down, relax the back, and try to have your fingers touch the ground. And then tuck your chin in and come back up. Raise the arms up, and then tuck the belly button in, hinge from the hips, roll forward, relax the back, get a good stretch, have those fingers on the ground if you can, tuck the chin, and then back up. Now I talk about hinging from the hips. That means the movement, You're doing the movement from your hips, not from your shoulders or your arms. You want to hinge from the hips. And as you go down, if you're just doing this for the first time, and if you can only get to here, that's fine. You want to start somewhere and then eventually start to stretch to where you can get down as low as you can. And again, make sure you tuck that belly button in, and then on the way up, tuck your chin in. So for the final exercise using a chair is the shoulder blade squeeze. This is an exercise that really works more the upper back, and a lot of those muscles are connected. So here, sit on the edge of your chair, straight and tall, arms downside, and then you're just going to squeeze those shoulder blades back, arch your lower back, hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds, then relax, then squeeze them, arch the lower back a little bit, make sure you're looking straight ahead and not sitting straight and tall, then relax. Again, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and then relax. So I would perform, like I mentioned, this for about a minute for 2 to 3 times a day. These 10 exercises will help alleviate lower back pain and tension. If you have severe back pain, I would suggest you consult a physician. Perform some of these each day with 2 to 3 times per day, and you should start to feel some relief in that lower back. But avoid exercises that involve significant spinal flexion, such as sit-ups, toe touches, and those with twisting like Russian twists and some lunges, as they can put excessive pressure on your spinal discs. High-impact activities such as running, jumping, and certain weightlifting movements like deadlifts and deep squats also put unnecessary strain on the lower back and should be avoided. I want to thank you for watching, and remember to check out more videos at my website at santafeseniorfit.com or on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@SantaFeSeniorFit. I'm also available for personal training, which you can book here on my website. I want to thank you, and God bless.